Hello and welcome back everybody to Let's Play 35 plus years of Advanced Squad Leader. Uh, it is a little early on a Monday, but I'm prepping some pizza here, so I would like to eat that at a reasonable time, and I wasn't gonna have enough before the stream. So today, uh, Rob's not here, or at least as far as I'm aware, he's not around. And I wanted to play an odd scenario. Um, for people who have been watching for a while, this is a playtester's journal scenario. So if you know On All Fronts, that publication, they would have, I guess, or not articles, but magazines or journals, and some of them would have some playtest scenarios that people would try out and see what's what. Um, it's in this rare pool of scenarios, at least not super common, where a side sets up first and moves first. In this case, the Germans being the ones who have to set up first and then move first. And yeah, um, you have to read this one properly, else you will mess up and not do your setups correctly. So pay close attention to that if you happen to ever stumble along this scenario. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, simply put, um, I, for a brief moment, thought that North would be up. And this is where, unfortunately, Vassal has an issue where you can't rotate boards. I really wish you could. I don't quite know why you can't, but I think that's like an engine thing, or at least I would assume it's more of an engine thing than anything else. So, why it's a problem is that if you convince yourself that North is up, the Germans have some reinforcements in this scenario, and they all enter on the east side. And again, that's not the case because otherwise the scenario is completely broken, and you would not be able to do it essentially. Okay, so that out of the way, this is a scenario that is, as its namesake, Sedan Breakout. So it takes place on the river where the Germans are trying to push through and get past the French defenses. There's quite a selection of support weapons, which is neat to see. And actually, I probably, you know what, I had it. I'll leave it. So the German setup is very restrictive. In fact, their setup has to be within 4 hexes of Q3 on board 7 and must be on board 7. So you can't set up in O10, for example. You can't take advantage of like some of these open ground hexes to try and push into this stone, or at least some stone walled buildings in the village. Uh, on top of that, as mentioned, on turn one, they get a bunch of tanks. Six, in fact. They all come in from off board. They all enter on the eastern side. And essentially, this doesn't exist normally on the map. And usually there's some islands. So SSRs remove the islands. And there's a pontoon bridge that's placed instead. Um, I don't quite know why you would ever. I guess they must have to declare it because there's technically it's a river, but there's a moderate current, but the current doesn't really matter in this case. Same thing with the depth. The only thing it could possibly affect is I guess if a unit decided to travel into it, whatever. So those are the limitations there. Otherwise, EC is moist. There's a wind that's blowing northwest. Um, yeah, so the French, on the other hand, they have a lot of setup options. Essentially, they can set up anywhere outside of the German perimeter. You can't, presumably, actually, now that I think about it, that is really bad for them to say. And in fact, that should be changed. Obviously, this is playtest journal, and nobody really caught it. And I don't know if this was. I'm pretty sure this was never reprinted in the sense that if it was ever turned into an official scenario, I don't believe it ever retained its original name. And why that's kind of why the scenario setups are bad, so to speak, is that based on the ruling, based on the way that it's worded, you could technically set up as the French on on the eastern side of the river, which doesn't make any sense considering the combat or whatever. So an enterprising Frenchman could set up in, say, L9 or M10 or Z8. I guess technically Y9, the buildings, these woods, and then just wait until the tanks are on the pontoon bridge, and then just shoot them on the pontoon bridge and just kind of win, which is very unfortunate. So. If you ever happen to come across this scenario from 1995, so give them some credit. Yeah, there's also another issue with this scenario is that the French only get one crew, but that shouldn't technically be possible because they have two guns. As always, I have to try and play around hip, but there should be a second crew attached because it makes no sense to force a French squad, to take whether it's the 25 LL or the bigger gun. They shouldn't have to choose. And as far as I'm aware, there's no special scenario rule, and there's certainly no special scenario rule, and I don't know if there's a rule in the rule book that would allow a 457 to pick one of these guns that the French have as having a special condition that lets them be handled normally with regular squads. So, yeah, outside of that, I do have to put in the sniper numbers and all that, but ELR 2 for the French with the SAN of 3, which is kind of what you'd probably be expecting at this point. Maybe the French should have an ELR of 3 if I'm being completely honest. It seems they haven't had the breakout yet. I would imagine that after Sedan has been pushed through, maybe your ELR would drop there, but anyways, not that it really matters. Objective for this scenario and why I thought it was busted until I rechecked the positions and stuff. Germans win by exiting 3 or more AFVs off the west edge, though they can only exit for this credit off of hex 3Y1. So the German tanks essentially just have to push through, make it to Y1, and then get off board. That's not very hard to accomplish, in my opinion, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So without further ado, we'll do weather, which is no change, which is pretty typical. There's no really rally phase actions I want to do, so we'll go to prep fire phase. In the prep fire phase, I actually don't know if this mortar can see these guys, but I might as well try. I am finally getting into large mortars, the 81 millimeters, which is really nice. I don't think I care for smoke at the moment, so I'm just gonna go and kind of raw dog this here. So O3 shoots into R6. That is almost clean. Wow, that does touch it. All right, no matter. Yeah, that's gonna be a miss, pretty sure. Range is 8. Also, the range is actually working, I think, this time around, which is always a nice change. So at that range 8, yeah, no, there's no way. I would have needed a 6. But I do have rate, so I will shoot again. I will not hit, but I will have my second ack and leave it there. Otherwise, I do have some interesting plans for movement at the very least. Yeah, I really made it hard on myself to get any looks here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 range. I could shoot 9 firepower. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to take this shot because I don't know if I can do it. Wow. Okay. So that's a -2 shot because it's leader directed and they can see it. Okay, well, okay. Uh So there should be a gun shield on this because it is an AT gun below a certain size. So there'd be a +2, but then obviously -2 for the leader. So that's just a straight 2 on 9, which is a 1 KIA, which I believe it either malfunctions the gun or it might eliminate it. This is actually something that's come up last time too, and I do think this would be worthwhile to check now. Um, I think it might be in support weapon or support weapon gun destruction. There we go. I don't think it'll be random destruction, but um, okay. So when a final KIA result occurs on the IFT, make a dice roll on the same column. Eliminated indirect fire -1 if it was overrun. If the final die roll is a KIA, which I'm pretty sure is not. Pretty sure 3 on 9 is not a KIA. No, it is not. It's eliminated. If it's a K/result, the gun is malfunctioned. Okay, so crew instantly moited. That goes away. And now I do have rate of fire, but I don't have any targets, so they won't get a counter because I could potentially shoot in a future phase. But for all intents and purposes, those guys are done. And wow, that sucks. That's probably, I don't think that's game, but we'll see. We'll see how much this actually messes things. So in the movement phase, I am incentivized to only really move my tanks. Um, I would have done more to push on this left flank actually. Maybe do some assault moves. Like I've got, you know, 2 squads essentially. The guys with the mortars, I was hoping to maybe be able to get up onto this hill, but since since this gun's dead, I don't really have an incentive to ever push now. So I could take these guys and literally just put them in like O10 and hang out for a bit. It's an 8-0's leader, so I don't really care. I should also point out, I also need to do this. So any unit that couldn't see another unit should gain concealment here. Which turns out is actually a lot of people. I don't think these guys would have been spotted. Yeah, blind hexes and all that. These guys are invisible. So are these guys. Pretty sure. These guys are concealed. And I think this guy would have to have seen. Yeah. You know what? That is a great point. However, I don't think I could shoot because my guns are locked in. Yeah, no, I can't target that guy. Um, so I'm going to get out the counter because this is very important. So why this is important is that I can't declare this as their shooting direction because I can't hit the gun this way. Uh, so I have to essentially declare along R10, S10, but that means that I can't target this mortar. So indirectly, this mortar is actually super well positioned because the machine guns can't do anything against them for the moment. Now, after the phases are done and we get into the advanced fire phase, there is a potential for those machine guns to shoot at the mortar, but for the time being, the answer is no. So, anyways, movement phase, all these vehicles start from off board, and I guess technically they will lose concealment instantly because of this mortar, but they enter from off board, and I'm just moving them up. I didn't really even have a plan for what the order was because, frankly speaking, I don't think it matters all that much. So half, one half, 2 half, 3 half, 4 half, 5 half, 6 half. I was at 6 half. I believe that would be 8 half. As I get here at 9.5, I'm gonna have the mortar shoot. So area target type. That might just straight up be a Oh, that's blocked? Alright, I'm kind of mad at myself. And I don't have rate. Yeah. I checked to the gun. I did not check the mortar. Turns out, mortar not optimally placed. That sucks. So this was 8 half, 9, 9 half, 10. Yeah. As I get there for 10, I'm going to get a counter out because I will absolutely forget this. Alright, so he's there for 10. This guy is going to shoot both the MMG and the machine and his weapon. That's an 8. That is up 2 because of armor, which means 10 on 8, I'm pretty sure is a nothing. That's a CTC, I guess. Yeah, sure. So they're fine. There would technically be 4 residual there. I don't think it's going to matter, but you never know. So 10, 10 half, 11. I should be covered, yeah. So I'm going to take these guys and shoot as well. So that's a 5 on 8. 5 on 8. 2 check. Okay, I have no clue what the heck would happen on this. Does the crew just die? I don't think I've ever rolled a casualty reduction on that. They might, I want to say they might be unknown killed, but I don't know. Okay, where is column shift, LOS? Did I go too far up? Yeah. All right, where do we have morale, MC failure? Oh my god, why is that not? Thank you. Okay, casualty MC, if personnel, blah, blah. CD 5.341 for inherent crews. So recall occurs whenever an inherent crew that qualifies for normal CE suffers K or casualty result. Okay. All right. So they get recalled. Interesting. All right. So they were there, I think, for 11. Yeah, because they were there for 10, 10 half, 11. So they will... these guys are marked. There's another 4. I believe these guys instantly button up as a result, and then are forced to turn in motion and are recalled. Which, okay, you know, that's at least one of the 4 that the French need to kill gone off board, which is nice. Where is recall? Recall. I might not even bother. Well, I guess we'll see. I think after this move, and I'll just delete this guy because, as with all things, the French are no longer incentivized to ever shoot at them, so there's no point to keep them on board. Type idea. So half 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 9 half, 10, button up. 11, 12, 13, 14. In ocean. Next guy, same idea. So 1, 1 half, 2 half, 3, 3 half, 4 half, 5 half, 6 half, 7 half, 9 half. Pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure pontoon bridges are at level 0, so it is a level game. So 9 half, 10. I'm not incentivized anymore to do that. 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to stop for 14. Next up, yeah, what is that? Like half, 1 half, 2 half, 3 half, 4 half, 5 half, 6 half, 8 half, 9, button up, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in motion. Next guy, half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 9 half, 10, button up, and then 12 in motion. And then the last guy, so 1 half, 2 half, 3 half, 4 half, 5 half, 6 half, 7 half, 9 half, 10, button up, 9 half. Yeah, you know what? 10, 10 half, 11, button up. What? Oh, hey, what's up? I don't know if that sound actually plays through. I don't have to. Does that play through? Ah, man. That's probably what I have to do. Sound settings. There we go. All right, I think that should be good. But yeah, what's up? Hope you know, I don't think I've said it to you directly, but thanks for the follow. Hope everything is all right. I think this is 12, and then 13, 14 in motion, or at least I'm gonna assume that was 12, and then 13, 14 in motion. Okay, what else do I need to do for movement? Those guys can stay for a bit. Yeah, this gang's gonna assault move. And I can already zoom in, which is pretty nice. What else do I got here? I really don't want to move those guys. Yeah, okay. I think that's it for movement for the Germans here. Defensive art phase. I don't really have options, which is the other problem. Everybody's kind of hidden. So yeah, no defensive fire phase, because the only guys who could shoot have already shot, and now this MMG can't shoot and try to blow up a tank, and these guys have no weapons against them. Advanced fire phase. I have the one here. So these guys had rate of fire. So both machine guns are going to target the guy on top of the hill. I don't know if I can see him. I can. I shouldn't have been too yeah, crazy about that. What was the range on that? 10. All right, well, it's full firepower. 12, down 1. So 8 on 12. It's going to be a morale check. 8 on 12. It's probably just a 1 check. Yeah. So 1 check. This guy's fine. I don't have rates. So these guys are fully shot. I don't actually, that's a great question. I don't know if they would be halved, because it's the advanced fire phase, but they had rates. But I guess if they're not declared opportunity fire, it doesn't really change anything because I passed the morale check, but that's an interesting question I haven't really thought about. Okay, what else do I have for the advanced fire phase? Nothing really. No. Alright. What do we got? Routes. In the route phase, there's just a broken gun. So nothing there. We'll go to advance. In the advance phase, I'm going to try and be a little sneaky here. So my plan here is I'm going to toss those guys here and those guys there. So now as the French side, I don't know which one has what. And I have to either split an attack or just take a chance. On the flip side, this whole stack's going to go in R1. Because if this mortar can see him, then that's a -1 for air burst, which I don't want. Um, I'm gonna risk this because, frankly speaking, the Germans are kind of at an advantage here. So I can do some silly stuff. And then over on this side, I think, I think my plan here is just to toss everybody into N10 and just kind of wait. Again, like the French, these guys should be concealed. I must have forgotten to conceal. The French just don't see them, can't do anything to them. So, yeah. There's no CC. We go to turn 1 for the French. Weather check. 5, nothing happens. There's nothing to do in the rally phase because there's only a broken thing and it's not... nobody's touching it. Nobody's currently carrying it. So, yeah, we go straight to prep fire phase. Prep fire phase, I need to make some attempts here. So, Squadron X10 is going to take a shot for 4 up 1. Unfortunately, that's 1 off. That sucks. Over here, I am going to declare a shot. I will leader direct so I don't cower. The question is, who would I target? And I think if I had prepped this in advance, I'd probably make it a choice from chat. But instead, I'm going to do left, right. So odds is left, evens is right. Evens. So they'll take a 3 firepower up 1 shot on them. That'll miss. So it didn't matter. What else? Mortar, which I should have done. Well, doesn't matter. I don't have smoke with them. They're going to target the building in R1. Do they see it? They do. All right, cool. So that is a hit because I just needed a 7. IFT, that's a up 2 shot because of the building. So it's a 7 on 4. Pintash check. All right, all right. Leader's fine. Squad's fine. Other squad is fine. All right. I've also not triggered a sniper yet. I've triggered each other side's. Yeah, I haven't triggered a sniper yet, which is kind of interesting. Okay, I do have a second shot, so I'll take a second shot. That is just -1, which will be a miss. Let's get a counter going here. So that guy's prepped. Nothing more I can do with him. These guys can't see them. And I don't think this guy sees these guys. So my only real option here at the moment is MMG in R6 is going to try to blow up the tank next to it. That is a hit. That is not an effect, unfortunately. I don't have anything I can do with the squad, so I'll just mark them prepped. Or, I guess that's not true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's 8. But we have anyways. I could do a 2 up 3 shot. Leader directed. Damn. That's actually a good roll. Okay, that's all I can do for prep. Movement phase, I honestly don't have anything I want to do in movement phase. I guess outside of... I could move some of these guys. Do I have... It's on this guy? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to have this stack go 1.5, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. Does anybody see them? I don't think so. So they remain concealed, which is important. And then this stack, I think I'm going to... I can do it. No, I don't want to do it in the advanced phase. I need to... At this point, I think I'm just going to be very suicidal with the French. Because I don't have... Like, after this guy blew up, I need 3 more tanks. I need to take out 3 more tanks. So yeah, I'm going to assault move into N8. We're going to pray that that works. Yeah, I think that's fine. Defensive fire phase. In the defensive fire phase, first things first, mortar in O3 is going to take a shot at the guys in the stone building. That is a hit, no rate, which again is unfortunate. Um, that is a +3 shot. So I guess I should explain just in case. So there's one hindrance from this marsh, I think, and then +1 hindrance from the tank. And that applies on the 2 hit. So there's +2, there's a -2, so it's just a 5 overall. And then the IFT, that's where you take the TEM. So 5 was the IFT roll, +3 for the TM, 8. 81 millimeters is standard 16 firepower, but it's halved because it's mortar. So this is straight just normal morale check on these guys. So normal morale check, leader is fine. This squad is unfortunately broken, which is not good. I didn't get rate, so that's their only shot. We'll do the machine gun gang in R1 against the mortar. That's a 9 on 12. Normal morale check. All right. He's also broken. Okay. I have to... What would be my declaration? I can't... I have to pick this way. Which means I can't see these guys or do anything against them. So that ends their shots. I might as well reveal. So we're going to do 9 up 1. Cowers to 6. 9 on 6, pretty sure is nothing. I am then going to take the chance here. So 4 flat. Nope. All right. They were equally bad. And then the kill stack here is going to shoot 28 up 1. They cower. So they go to 20. Ouch. But that's still 7 on 20, which is a 2 morale check. Yeah, that guy's dead. Also ELRs and bricks. Technically final fired. I don't think anybody else has to shoot. I don't think this guy ELR'd, because I think he just missed it by 1. I have a 1 stopped tank, and that tank is also going to take a shot at R6, because why not? These vehicles are not considered hindrances because they are in motion. So you just take the +3 to hit, because that is a targeted thing, not an area fire. That's the big difference there. Against infantry at this range, I just need 8, so that is a hit. No rate, but that'll be a 5 on 74, 75? 5 on 75, 3 morale check. Alright, those guys are probably screwed. Yeah, leader is going to ELR, and this guy is going to get reduced. So you're ELR'd and broken. That's real bad. And they're going to have to route. Damn it. Alright, well, advanced fire phase. None. There's, I don't know what else I would do. I guess technically I could have had one of these guys assault move to R8. I don't know if there's a... Well, yeah, that's not really a bad idea, I guess. Whatever. Probably something I would do differently if I was to play this again. Although it's also, as a playtest scenario, I think it's revealing itself here as to why this never really became popular. This guy with the mortar, I mean, I'm going to try and save him, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that would be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. So it's equidistant, which is fine. These guys are going to have to move. I don't want... Well, they can't bring the MMG with them. I could put them at a higher level, but that doesn't really make the most sense. So their target's going to be S5, and then they will keep going to T4, and that should cost them 6. Or 6 movement points. Next up, this guy has to route. So we're going to do back to 8 to X8. And that'll be it. Advances. In the advance phase, I'm going to move this leader over. This guy with the LMG is going to go up. That's going to CX him. These guys are fine where they are. I'm going to try one squad at a time to get on R7. Fails it and pins. That's his patsy check. Next guy, same idea. Also, also fails. Okay. Over here, I have two guys that are going to attempt the same thing, so top and bottom. They both pass. All right, so these guys, this is arguably the worst spot also for them to succeed, but I need something here. So CC and you know what? Oh no wait, because if I move them, yeah no, I don't know. No, I think I just have to keep these guys here. Which you could probably cheese, actually. Yeah, you could cheese that out, I think, with line of sight stuff. But I think that's it. So CC phase, I have 2 squads versus a vehicle. For refresher, against a vehicle, it's always the infantry first, and it's one at a time, essentially. So the first French squad is going to attempt, because there's no ambush or anything here. So the first guys are going to attempt, then it'll be the vehicle, and then it'll be the second squad. A squad carries a CC value of 5. The vehicle is in motion, so there is a +2 to their roll, and that's it. I think it's just a +2, so they didn't get it. The tank then goes. They use their machine gun factors versus the infantry as regular CC ratios. Now, the vehicle is in motion, so it has to have its firepower. So it's technically, and I believe IFE does count for this. My understanding is that it would. So it's a 1-to-1. I will target the squad that has not shot because that just makes the most sense. Nothing happens. And then the second squad goes. They will also not do anything. And this turns into a melee. This is really bad. I don't know if this is going to work out realistically here. So turn 2. Turn 2 for the Germans. Weather, no change. Rally, I got to take off pins. Rally phase actions here. So the Germans don't have anything to do. The French, on the other hand, have a bunch. So they will lose DM on this guy. And then I'm going to try self-rally first. Didn't get it. And then over here, yeah, I needed a super low number anyways. Okay, so that's it for rally phase actions. We'll go to prep fire phase. In the prep fire phase, I don't think this MMG sees this guy. I don't even think these guys in V10 see him. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. I think the I think the only shots I have, yeah, also I can take this out. So the only shots I have are against the squads in 08, sorry, 09 on upper board. Now, normally, I will say this, I hate shooting into a melee, because I think it's very silly to shoot at an entire stack of friendly and foes. But the caveat there is that machine gun fire, unless targeted specifically to attempt to destroy, can't affect vehicles, or armored vehicles, I should say. So, yeah. And the same would apply for this stack. Like, they don't even have machine guns. I would still shoot in there because there's no point not to. So I am going to I'm going to take a shot in there. It's 20 firepower -2. 7 on 20. I think I've already checked that. It's a 3 check. Or, sorry, 2 check, I think. Yeah. So 2 check that. ELR and break, and another ELR and break. Alright, well, this is going super poorly. I'm taking the melee off because it doesn't matter, in the sense that my tank is just going to leave anyways, because vehicles are not locked in CC, so there's, who cares, is really what it comes down to. I don't have anything else to do. Movement phase. In the movement phase, first things first, I'm going to drop mortars here because I don't care for them. So first things first, I'm going to have this stack an N10 split. So they will go to N9 for 2, and then N8 for 4. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to. If I was against a real person here, not just playing against myself, because again, circumstances meant that wasn't going to take place. Um, I want to force the French player, the defender, to have to shoot, because if they shoot, they are instantly locked out from shooting at any higher value targets. And in this case, specifically, this tank. I don't want the French to shoot at my tanks. So, yeah. Um, I think I would hold off because my plan with the French is very specific. So I would then do, although these guys would lose concealment, I will then go to N9 and then M9 for 4, and they would also get revealed because there's no reason not to reveal at least, a guy in there. But now, essentially, these guys are kind of screwed because they will want to shoot at the tank that will reveal them, and then they get shot at a bunch in the advanced fire phase, and then as well, CCs will likely occur. So, yeah. Okay. Anything else? I think I'm gonna have. Ooh, that is true. If I go to W10, they will get shot. That is very, very true. You know what? Yeah, I guess that is. Yeah, that's the other thing. I can go to W10, same dilemma. If these guys shoot, which it would be a really bad shot, but if they do shoot, they can't do anything else. I'm going to have... do I care even that much? Not particularly. Like, I'm turn 2. I think this is fine. I don't think I need to move any of my infantry there. I feel like I should just drop this, because he doesn't have any targets anymore. So he's going to drop this for free. I'm going to bypass 1... 2, 3, 4. Why not? This tank also, I should specify, does have to move because he is recalled. He moves first. I believe recalls always move first. So he would just drive all the way down and then off board for essentially no value, and counts as, well, won't count as lost. Actually, it's a really good question. It's the Germans that have to, yeah, they have to exit. So it doesn't matter. They won't get it. They won't get the point, which is what's really important here. So next up, tank that's already in motion, R7. We'll move to S7 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These guys re-DM. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That road does connect. 11, 12, 13, and as that happens, I'm going to reveal, or I'm going to take a shot. That is a hit, no rate. Let me double check here. So that was an X2, so 1, 2, 3. So I only paid 3. I believe that'll be a +2 onto hit. Yeah. So, or sorry, that's a +3. It's +3 to hit. It's a vehicle, small size, so +4. There's no other modifier. I can shoot AP with this, which is great. So that is a hit. No rate, which is very unfortunate. And I'm shooting with a 75 regular. So I'm looking at 14 to kill. Yeah, that'll be enough. There's a +1 to a rear hit, and then there's the vehicle. So that just gets wrecked. Nothing to do with that. Crew survival 3, nothing. All right, so that gets a wreck, and this guy gets a first fire, and we get an acquisition. Okay. That's not good for the Germans, but it could be a lot worse. So next up, tank in Q9 starts for 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to try something here because I think I can do street fighting. Or like CC reaction fire and then do some stuff. Let's check street fighting. Reaction fire. I'm pretty sure this would count as... Oh, you know what? It probably... Yeah, no, that's... I'm thinking of a different thing. Yeah, so CC reaction fire may use street fighting versus an adjacent if the unit involved meets all the requirements for both. So essentially, CC reaction fire, you have to be unbroken, unpinned, and you can't be unarmed, and you can't be in melee. You can attempt CC reaction fire using the CC versus vehicle rules, which we've already done at least once. So after attacks, the guys do their CC reaction fire, which is normal. First fire to attempt CC versus to attempt CC reaction fire versus an AFE. The defender must first pass Patsy unless it is exempt or took one when the AFE entered its location. If it fails, the reaction becomes pinned and can't make the CC reaction fire. Yeah. So my understanding is, as long as they get adjacent to you, you are allowed CC reaction fire because it's a road that is that has buildings on both sides. So I will attempt it with one. Patsy, they're pinned. Okay. And then we'll try a second time. This guy succeeds, and then nothing happens. And then he gets marked first fire. I believe the tank does get to shoot back. Do I... Can't use bounding. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't think there's much of a point for me to do it anyways. So there for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12. And then I'm going to try an excessive speed breakdown for 2. So I can get to 16 in... I guess technically I should have tried for 3, but I said 2. So W5 in motion, so I can try and blow this up. Or, give myself a turn to blow that up. Next up, vehicle in Q10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in motion. Vehicle in 09 will move for 1 because they were in motion already. These guys are going to reveal and take a shot. So the leader doesn't have to direct. It's literally just a regular shot. Man, that shouldn't be a miss, but... So there's... Actually, that is a miss. Shit. Because there's +4 for only seeing it for 1 movement point. And small. So that's just a straight miss. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in motion. Yeah, things are going poorly here. And then over here, tank in motion will continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's mark that. At the 5 mark, I'm going to declare shot with the infantry gun. Definitely a hit and rate. 37 short. Now, that is side armor, which is not unfortunate or anything, but it is side armor. Did I hit turret? I did, which means that 2 is actually 3 armor, which really sucks. So infantry gun, 37 short. Ooh, that might actually kill it. Okay, so the 2 kill number is 7 regularly. That is increased to 9. Oh, no, wait. It is increased by 1 for for range with a 37. So that goes to an 8. Armor is 3 because it is turret, which means that is going to equal. So it's 8 on both sides, which means they are shocked. Which means they stop all movement and they are in SOL territory. Okay. Is there any other moves? These guys are shot now. They are first fired. Which, yeah, I guess realistically, I'll just normal assault move to X10 because that doesn't matter. These guys being first fired and pinned. I'm gonna unconceal these because that doesn't matter. These guys being pinned does mean that I could take some opportunities here. Those guys are... Yeah, that guy's still broken. MMG and squad are going to assault move to T9. This guy, I don't know if actually, I don't think the pin guy would be counted as first fired. I'm going to have them both shoot. They're both halved anyways, and they cower. So, it's normally 8, they're halved to 4, and then they cower to 2. It's an up 1, so nothing happens. They're finaled. And, yeah, I might as well just have these guys assault move. And that's it for German moves. Defensive fire phase. I'm going to have the squad shoot his inherent firepower plus LMG and leader directed at the Germans. So the LMG is doubled halved, so that's just 2, but that is 10 firepower flat. So it should be a 1 check, I believe. So the squad breaks, but the leader is fine. Will be flipped. Next up. I don't have much else I can do. This guy's not at a higher level, so he can't see these guys. Yeah, I think that's it. Advanced fire phase. In the advanced fire phase, we're going to have 2 half squads are going to shoot back. It's an up 1. That's not going to matter, so they're marked. Technically, it's advancing fire phase, but whatever. Squad with the MMG. Yeah, doesn't matter. But this stack, X10, is going to shoot at the guy with the infantry gun. That's not going to work. So that's it. We go to routes. Route phase. These French troops are going to surrender because they have nowhere to go. Sorry, I should do attacker first. Attacker first. These guys go back to... I guess technically they can't do that. They'll go back to their original position, N10. Whether it's through M10, then N10, doesn't matter. The Germans have nothing else. So the French then go, and then they will have their 2 squads become prisoners. Because they have nowhere to route, and therefore must become prisoners. I could declare no quarter, but honestly, if I declare that, then one would potentially, I guess not in this case specifically, but if I declare no quarter, you could have troops kind of just run away and type stuff, so I'd rather not give them the opportunity to move. These guys aren't going to move, because there's no point, and there's nobody else that needs to route specifically. Advances. In the advance phase, we're going to do these guys here. That's going to flip this guy back. And yeah, the kill stack is going to get out of the building. Not for any particular reason, just to kind of get them moving. Turn 2, Germans CC, no actions. No. Or, sorry, I could do 2... it's actually really untenable to stay there, so I probably would want to move back. Especially with these guys covering. And then I guess the guys with the prisoners can just go in the building. But yeah. Ambush, they get -1. If I lose it, you know, I'm at 1 to 2. It's not really worth it. Okay, turn 2 French. We have no weather change. Rally phase, bunch of stuff to try here. They get the free self rally, didn't get it. The normal self rally also didn't get it, and then the adjacent rally, which they will also not get, and then this guy keeps his DM because he's adjacent. I think I'll pins. The Germans will attempt their rally, which they don't get. DM comes off, and then the shock. These guys are just okay. All right, that's a bit of a bummer. Prep phase, infantry gun instantly will take a shot. That's a hit. That is a miss. Or that is, I guess, not a miss, but no result. It just clangs off the tank. Because, again, that's a hull, so it's just +2 this time. But 37 short. Yeah, like the 7 goes to a 9. Or, sorry, the 7 goes to an 8 for 2 kill. But then the armor brings that number up to 12, so definitely a miss. I did not get rate either, which is very bad. I need to try some stuff here. So LMG is going to reveal and try to blow up the tank. Hit plus rate, no effect. Take a second shot, break the LMG. I did not know I had this shot, so I will take a 6 up 2. No. This CX will eventually go away. 8 up 1. Nope. Alright. This is just not good. Last saving grace. This artillery piece is going to turn and shoot the guy on top of the hill. Well, that's a great question. Now, it doesn't get rate of fire because I'm changing covered arc, which is a bummer. So it's a +6. He's in motion and isn't small, but that is a +6. So instantly, that's just a miss. God, I really wish I'd gotten... really wish I'd rolled a 4. The fact that I lost rate of fire as well is just a bummer. Movement phase. I mean... There's not really much to do. These guys are going to attempt to run. Where could I run them enough to affect any of these vehicles? Any of them at all? Like I could bypass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So, CX, bypass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can at least get 1 shot on V2. I don't think it's going to work, but I do have 1 shot on V2. That's it for movement. Defensive fire phase, we'll do another 14 up 2. 10 on 14. Pin task check. That's not what I want. They're pinned. I did not get rate. Stack in X9 shoots adjacent. 8 flat. They don't cower because the leader's directing, hence the -1/+1 flat. So 4 on 8. 2 morale check. Alright, leader breaks. And the squad is fine. Alright, sick. MMG in squad will shoot 9 up 2. 9 on 9 should just be a pin test check. One squad's pinned, the other's fine. It doesn't really matter anyways. Can't do anything. Well, you know what? Tank and Y10 shoot at the guy in the building. That is a hit. Okay, that's 3 on 14. K3. Does sniper activate? No. So this guy is halved. And 3 morale check. Breaks. Alright. No advanced fire phase. Routes. You guys go in the building and pray. What else do we got? That's it. Advances. In the advance phase, you guys go in there. That guy's pinned. Can't do anything. You can go here. Really, I feel like I'm delaying the inevitable here. You go there. That's it for advances. No CC. German turn 3. Weather. No. Oh, gusts. Not going to matter. But if I wanted to drop smoke, that would be important. Rally phase actions. Germans have one thing to do. They will not get their squad. The French will attempt their self-rally. They will get the self-rally. They will try to rally. They won't get it. Over here, rally doesn't work, so these guys are just kind of screwed. Okay. Prep fire. 14 up 2. 11 on 14, I think, is a pin test check. That is not a pin test check. All right. Really? All right. That's a bummer. They'll get marked prepped. I might as well just do a 4 up 1. Pin test check. Yep. They are pinned, which makes it harder to get hits, which is just what I need, really. 9 up 2. 8 on 9, morale check. They break. I got rate of fire with the MMG, so why not 5 up 2? Jeez. 5 on 5. 1 check. 5 on 5, 1 check. They're fine. I did get a second rate of fire. Sniper activates? Where is sniper going? 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll just pin this guy. As the French, I'll just try to save myself here. Okay, so he's pinned. Is there any other prep fire stuff for me to do? Not really. We go to movement phase. In the movement phase, we'll try to rip the band-aid off here. So, yeah, which do I do first? It doesn't matter. Tank in W2 is already in motion, so 1, 2, 3, 5. Gun will shoot. Actually, also, he doesn't have acquisition there anymore because he turned to shoot at this guy, so technically the act is there. Anyways, he shoots there. So it was, what, 1, 2, 3, 4? Or did I say 5? I think I said 5. So 5 movement, but he would have only seen him. Does he actually see this corner? No, eh? Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, 4. So he's seen him for 4. That's fine. He just gets +2. Yeah, there's just +2. I think that's a hit. It's not a dud. It's rear. It's not rear. Yeah, it's just +1 down 1. So 7, which is half because it's 14. Because it's up 1, down 1. Yeah, vehicle to kill. 75, 14. I don't get any bonus for distance. Yeah, so it's still I guess technically it's 7 on 15. Yeah, so that turns this into a burning wreck, which isn't really the end of the world, but it turns it into a burning wreck, which means that any other shots are now like harder in past there, which again doesn't matter because no rate of fire. So and acquisition goes over here. So yeah, this guy is going to move 1. This guy's going to try and shoot. Please tell me he sees this. Yes. Okay. That is a hit. That is no effect. So now these guys, they're done. They can't do anything else. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this is 9. Sorry, 10, because it's 1 for each vehicle, +1 for smoke, +1 for movement. So I believe that's 10. So I'm gonna mark this. And then I will intensive. Um, so intensive, no. I probably should have done intensive in Y2, but I wouldn't have the acquisition. Not that that really matters. Either way, the Blaze, I believe, just provides 2, but we're still looking at +4. Um, big, small, and they have a... That's not what I'm looking for. Intensive. So there's +2 for moving, +2 for intensive, and then +2 for smoke, for a total of +6, I believe. Yeah, so it brings it to 12. There's one act, brings it to an 11. Not enough. This guy gets off board for 11. Let's get another counter going here. And we'll just call it VP. Oops, not what I wanted. This. There we go. Okay, so this guy's intensified, which means he can't shoot anymore. Like he's just done. So this guy is going to start for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LMG. Yes, he would have seen him. It should just be a +2. There's no effect. Yeah, and then I can just unbutton because it doesn't matter at this point. So I think this was 4. Might be 5. We'll say 5, 5.5, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9. This is 13, 14. And then the last tank, same idea. It's probably just an auto win, really, because I don't think anybody can shoot him. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10 off board. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting scenario. I think really if I beefed it anywhere, I really thought that gun would have been okay. What was my 25 LL? It's only a kill number of 7. Yeah, I mean, if I was to replay this, how would I replay this? I'm actually not sure if I can even set this gun up in. I'm pretty sure 75mm is fine for a gun in a building. I need to check now. Does it say if a gun? Where's the gun? Really? It doesn't say? I have to look at B and then try to find it myself? Come on, rulebook. You couldn't make this guns. No, yeah, you can't occupy. Or an AT infantry that's not... Oh, you know what? Yeah, so that guy wouldn't even be able to set in there. Which doesn't really matter, I guess, because I would have just had the gun in... what is it? X2? Like, even X2 or Z0. And, you know what? Z0 would be probably worse. And I feel like, you know, X1, even if it's an X1, like, doesn't really matter because you're still limited on, you know, left side approach, right side approach, and you got to turn. You're in the open. You're gonna be exposed. So, you know, kind of my bad on that one. I should have. I for whatever reason I was thinking he could since it wasn't large size, but it doesn't matter again because ultimately I don't think its placement changes anything. If he's in Z0, which is a legal spot, you still can't really see anywhere past, you know, you can't see past X1, obviously, and you can't see down the road in Y3, so you're kind of just hoping for a Hail Mary, like, you pop out of nowhere and then get shot at by a 75mm. Yeah. And I guess there's also, like, you could have AA7 to look into X2. Okay, so final thoughts on this one because I don't want to dwell on this too much. My placement could have been better. I think if I'm trying to think at this in a constructive way, the AT gun on this side just doesn't have anywhere to go or anything to do after the initial phase. And my whole hope, honestly, was take a first shot once they're in like O3. I guess technically I could have shot further, but O3 was like the shot I wanted to make because then it costs a lot more to get off this pontoon bridge, which then gets them stuck in here, and then I can get more shots in and make this gun be a big problem, a big nuisance. Because if I remember correctly, which I gotta turn off my reporting here, my log file. There you go. If I remember correctly, I think this is three rate of fire. So you can still like the chance to kill is low because it's a 7 to kill. However, it's pretty, that's not that bad when you have an LL weapon at a distance. Your 2 hit is increased, so you're not too worried about like hitting. The killing sucks, but 3 rate of fire, like you can get a lot of attempts and potentially get some kills. Especially since you've got the Panzer threes with their weak frontal turret armor really makes them like susceptible to that sort of thing. And the Panzer fours, you're not really gonna get much out of it. So, yeah, like I think it's more just luck at the start for the Germans and some luck with the French to get rid of 2 tanks. I almost got there. I just needed one more, and sadly just couldn't take that last one. So not a bad scenario, honestly. I do think that you could probably crop this board and just take out all of A through L. Doesn't matter, or at least like A through G doesn't really matter. You crop the board if you really wanted to. It's not a terrible scenario. I do think that the amount of mortars the Germans have doesn't quite make sense, and I would rewrite the setup so that the French can't set up on the back end because that just it ruins this scenario essentially, because then you get some free shots like from Z8. You can hit the pontoon bridge all you want, like from these last hexes, and you could set up an L9, M10, N10 and just shoot at all of the hexes, and that would just be dumb either way. So without quote unquote using that exploit, you can get it's interesting. Like you can force CC reaction fire, which I think is cool because I don't think it gets used all that much, and it's a great way to like learn that rule or at least explore that rule. Probably a better way to put it. And yeah, like you really, because you're so locked in on where you have to go with your vehicles as the Germans, you can at least, think of things to do with your guns. So as an example, like AA3 could be a location for a gun because you're going to be in the road, unless you bypass X1, I guess. But set up a guy with an LMG there, I guess, and then you could CC reaction fire. There's things you could do. I just would be curious if playing against another human, you would get too attached to like a last ditch defense and you would just exist here, which technically is not too bad either. But if you're gonna do a setup that's so restrictive, it's like you might as well just only play like this or this, and it kind of just in that perspective, it kind of would ruin the setup. But outside of that, like, it's a decent scenario. I don't think this has been played too much. Actually, nobody's reported playing this scenario. That can't be right. I'm gonna see if Roar has anything here. Let's see if I can give it Roar's numbers. Sedan Breakout. Nobody's ever played this or reported playing this, is what I should say. Wow, interesting. Not on Roar, not on the Sneor archive. Well, oh, did I also call this the wrong one? Is this actually 7.4? Have I been calling it 7.3? Whoops. All right, well, my bad. It's 7.4, not 7.3. But if you have the 7th playtester's journal, you'll get all 5 of the scenarios. I think there's only 5, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's unfortunate. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Unfortunately, I will not be here on Saturday. I'm out of town. But I should be back next Monday, and I'm gonna reach out to Rob and see if he's available. Probably won't be, or life will probably get in the way, and it'll probably be a solo night. But nonetheless, I'll be back on Monday, and I hope to see you then as well. Bye.